Hello there, Mr. Jody Schaeffer.
Hello, Aaron. How are you?
Doing well. So yeah, I have you here today for an interview for my class. It focuses on specifically the Jersey Shore, but my professor said I could expand it a bit to New Jersey in general. Since Megas XLR was my favorite cartoon as a kid and even now, I thought I'd try to understand the Jersey influences with the show.
Right on.
I'll start with for my list of questions. When setting Megas XLR in Jersey City, New Jersey, how did it affect how the characters were designed and written?
Well, like I said, I was born and raised in New Jersey, and to my to my view, New Jersey is one of the only states in the union that really sort of distinguished itself as having a distinct personality. There's like New Jersey and there's Texas. Those are the two that people really think of when you have states that California to a lesser extent, New York is also, but there are a lot of states that have their own, but those are, to me, New Jersey and Texas are the two that really stood out as the ones that have the biggest personalities or most famous for them. And that's one of the reasons why we picked New Jersey, because we knew we wanted Coop to have a really big personality, and that was also one of the reasons if you look, he's much taller than everybody else in the show. So we wanted to indicate he's everything about him was bigger than life. He's a giant robot. He's a big dude. He likes to eat. And that was how we used the setting to inform our design.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look, Red, I'm no hero. I'm just a guy from Jersey, okay? I want to cruise around in this baby, smash stuff, maybe pick up some chicks.
Chicks dig giant robots.
Sensibilities for the characters, like, and for for Kiva, we knew we wanted a more traditional like futuristic anime battle hardened warrior, warrior woman.
Magus would have made all the difference at the Battle of the Last Stand.
In theory.
I know that with Magus, I can turn the tide and change the outcome of the war we lost. I have to take it back there now.
A spoof was kind of a loving tribute. There we go. And and of course, and Jamie, we just knew we wanted him to be. He wasn't really, like he was a little influenced from, like, say, Clerks a little bit, or just Jay and Silent Bob. We kind of mashed those two together a little bit, but also we just wanted him to be just kind of a little gadfly character who was sitting there making smart remarks as like while Coop was doing his shenanigans.
So, what's so important that I had to get up before noon? What's the big secret? You're looking at it. This is what you've been working on all this time? It's cool, but I mean, it's not that cool.
Interesting you mentioned Clerks. My class did actually watch the movie in regards to New Jersey. So, what about side characters like Tiny, Georgie, and Goat?
Coop, man, you got a wicked slice.
The sun was in my eyes.
Yeah, right. Not bad.
Oh, well, Goat was a real person. He was actually a friend of ours, and we like to put him in. And he lived in Jersey City. And he sadly passed away in a fire a few years ago. But we
Yeah,
used to love to.
I read about that. Sad.
Yeah, yeah. But we liked to put him in, and that was why, and if you look, he actually, that design was sort of taken from an earlier show we had done called MTV Downtown.
Yeah, man, what the hell you been doing? Smoking something? Jeez.
No, I'm just worried about Sunday.
Man, you've got absolutely nothing to worry about, man. You got me, you got all the kids. We're gonna help your ass out, man. So you're paying me, right?
And we just sort of updated it to put the character into Megas.
I did see
And
that.
yeah,
During the episode Terminator, when they went to the rock concert, he was in clothing very similar to how he was in downtown.
yes, exactly. That it was the we wanted to do for a little bit there. We wanted to try to get Goat into cartoons just as himself, just to do it, because he was a really funny guy, and he had a great personality, and he was a natural voice actor, and it was fun for us to do, and it was fun for him to do. So we did that for a time.
Oh, yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah, it was. We miss him.
All right, guess we can move on to the next question.
Oh, cool.
I'm going I'm going by episode order, so what was the jab regarding Hoboken in All I Wanted Was a Slushie?
There's always Hoboken.
Yeah, but that's Hoboken.
It's just the city next door to there literally was it was just the closest city, and we just thought it'd be funny. That's all it was.
It's always
There's no malice there. We like Hoboken. We got friends who live in Hoboken, and It's nice. It's a nice town, honestly. My brother went to college at Stevens Tech, which is in Hoboken. So, no actual malice against Hoboken.
I've been there. It's a nice place, though my winter
Yeah,
was a bit too hot.
yeah.
So, in regards to the same episode, what was the tri-chamber super goblet from the? Was that based on actual promotion that was happening? Because I just looked it up and couldn't find any info regarding that.
Whoa! I know! They got the new tri-chamber super goblet.
I could that man that's 20 years ago now. I couldn't. I don't know. Maybe I don't think it. I yeah.
From what I could
I could.
research, there was a dual chamber one, but that was in 2011.
That must have been it. That must have been like based on the dual chambers, but they must have had them back then too, because like obviously we had a tri-chamber one. So
I guess we'll move on to the next question.
yeah.
Was the car show in The Fat and the Furious based on actual car show that occurred in Jersey City, or was it just a generic car competition because of Coop's car hobby?
Do we even got a giant robot category?
No, man.
It was just a generic car competition. We just wanted to get some other cars in there and have Kiva driving around the hot rod, and that it just yeah.
Was there a general like car culture in Jersey City?
Not that we really, I'm sure there is, but not that we were a part of. We were living in LA at the time, and we just knew Coop liked cars, so we wanted to have it. And also, we liked the idea of Coop having a giant robot and still not necessarily feeling like he had what it took to beat the other gearheads that were showing up, or the other gearheads cars. So,
Dude, you got a giant robot from the future with a car for a head.
Yeah, but check out that custom 42 pickup. And this striped 4x4 with the modular shell. And I don't even want to think about that 65 lowrider with the green shag trim and the chain link steering wheel.
part of what we were trying to get across in that was Coop, even though he had a gyro, he didn't think it was that big of a deal. He knew it was cool, but he didn't think it was like anything. He would, in his head, he downplayed it. So yeah, that was one of the ideas.
Yeah, all right. Then I move on to this one. Oh, how come in Breakout, Coop tossed all the defeated monsters to Philadelphia instead, like New York City?
Coop, you destroyed the cartridge. Where do you expect them to go now?
I don't know. Philly?
Was because New York was too close, or was just because?
Yeah, that was New York was too close, so we wanted him to throw them further away. That's literally all it was.
And then they went on to terrorize Philadelphia.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Oh, this one had a lot of research with it. Was there a particular reason the eating contest in Bad Guy was held in Atlantic City? Or was it just because
No,
you could?
it was just another New Jersey location. That's literally all it was.
And a good showing. But the local kid still has a few tricks up his sleeve.
This is what I like to call the heartbreaker.
And it was down on the beach, and we were like, a lot of folks wouldn't know about some of the other like New Jersey shore locations. So we're like, everybody knows what Atlantic City is, so we just had it, and that felt like a contest area, I don't know.
Yeah, it has a nice boardwalk. It was near the beach.
It's all right.
I did a lot of research on this one because I realized, this guy who was going against Coop in the eating contest, the name seems a bit too. This wasn't just a made up character. This was based on something, and
He was based on, like as I recall, like what's his name, Kobayashi. I know there was he was
Hakuro
back then.
Kobayashi.
Yeah, there was a champion hot dog eater who was just this small, Japanese guy, and holy crap, could he put him away? And we were like, oh, okay, that obviously who we have to have, is somebody like that on our show if we're gonna have a hot dog eating contest. So.
Yeah, I did a lot of research regarding that, based on Nathan's hot dog eating contest in New York.
Yeah.
That was like there for 6 years, starting in 2002, so it would be around the time the show was in production.
Yeah.
All right, the next question then. Okay. Is the contempt and hatred of the DMV universal, or was it just because it's New Jersey?
I hate the DMV.
Now serving 12.
I really hate the DMV.
It was kind of universal at the point. Nobody likes going to the DMV. It was a pain in the butt. It's famously there was nothing personal about that. I do want to stress, but it's just a slog when you have to go in and get your new license and get that and go through all the bureaucracy and Coop is the opposite of any of that stuff, So we were like, he certainly wouldn't have it. But also, we did like as you saw, like part of the point was, Jersey's like Coop can battle giant robots. He goes into space and all this stuff. But one villain he has real trouble with is the New Jersey Parking Authority because like he has a giant robot and they still towed him. So that was the point there.
What kind of budget did New Jersey's vehicle to
Yeah,
tow
right.
a robot?
Yeah, they're pretty hardcore. I wouldn't mess with them to this day.
Road test? Me? But I gotta go save the world.
If I start making exceptions, this whole place would fall apart.
Sure, I'll give you fall apart.
Just a confirmation. Before starting this interview, I was looking through all the episodes, making sure I got anything regarding New Jersey. The Thanksgiving parade, that was specifically the one in New York City, right? That didn't take place.
Yeah.
In
that
like,
was the New York. That was Thanksgiving Day parade. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yeah. Just had to make sure I was covering all my bases.
Because it's close enough. Yeah, he's across the river from New York City. So he goes to that.
Daddy, I can't see.
Hey, down in front!
Maybe you guys should have got here earlier, like we did.
Earlier? We live here!
Here it is. In Terminator, were there any particular concerts the Great New Jersey Punk Fest was based on, or was it simply capturing that general idea of rock concerts?
It was just an idea. It was, we weren't trying to be specific with that one, because there was enough going on with the storyline. We wanted to make it more about Kiva's ancestor and sort of imply a little bit that Jamie might be an ancestor of hers as well when we see that, he sort of has some sparks with the girl that they were saving. So
like the location, was it based on anything?
No, it was not. We did throw it. I mean, obviously the show was incredibly reference heavy, so I can't fault anybody when they ask if we were referencing something specific to us. Like not everything was a reference. We tried, but it just we were on a schedule, so we had to make sure we got things done on time.
And Universal Remote, with the drive-in theater being the main setting that Coop destroyed the other ones in Jersey, was that a reference to how drive-in theaters were declining at that point?
Actually, yeah. We like drive-ins, and we were like, and we knew they were going away at, even back then, they were almost all gone. That was kind of the point, was he was kind of going to do, and Coop is a fan of, to this, he likes retro things and stuff that are made. That's why even in the series, you see he collects old video game consoles because that's who he is. The drive-in wasn't a specific drive-in, but it was just the concept of drive-ins are a nostalgic, vanishing part of Americana.
Making people in, the concessions.
Yeah.
Can't believe Coop smashed all of them.
Hey, you just destroyed the last drive-in theater in Jersey.
Too bad you destroyed the other three.
Yeah.
Though apparently there's still one working in Jersey right now.
Yeah. So there's still a couple floating around. But,
yeah, someone in Vineland, I believe, is okay. Last one based for the topic in New Jersey. I noticed in season 2 that New Jersey and references to it had less of a presence on the show than before. Was that intentional?
Kind of, sort of. Like we established season 1. Okay, they're in New Jersey. The people get it, and we just wanted to have we wanted to focus more on the giant robot fights and for second season and have a little more fun with the concept.
When I was looking through the episodes, I counted which ones took place in New Jersey and which ones didn't, and season 1 was like half and half. Half were focused on general New Jersey area, and then the other half were somewhere else. Season 2 was like maybe 4 episodes if you don't count the alternate universe and the finale.
Yeah, that was deliberate. Yeah, we do first season we wanted something local, then something outrageous, but then second season we just did it. We did scripts that we didn't limit ourselves like that. We're like, okay, this is funny, let's do this.
Any like personal memories that affected any scenes or episodes?
I mean, a lot.
Like any
You know, like
like any major memories like they can think of on top of your head.
not that's not off the top of my head. Like, I mean, just to be like trying to think, how like the first episode where Kiva asks how he got so good, and we have the time lapse of him sitting there as a little kid, just getting bigger and bigger playing video games. That was something I thought was very close to. It was very close to my heart, and I know it was close to George's. It was something we all experienced. So that was that was
Saying the
important.
same couch playing growing up, getting a
Yep,
best friend, and
yep,
then realizing, wait a second, the Jack in my ride.
yeah,
Well,
literally,
that's
literally yes.
thanks. And
Yeah.
have a nice rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye.